Now back at Compton High School, whose hood is that? Where the school is at, predominantly?
Predominantly it was Parc Village.
Parc Village?
Yeah. When I went there, so I mean, you got hoods in that area that we share the school with other Crip hoods. It be times where, hey, maybe this hood is there more than this hood. Maybe this hood is there more because the hood Compton High sits in Crip hoods.
Yeah.
You got the Palmers, you got Palmer Block, Acacia Block, Parc Village, Form Dog, Nutty Block, Spook Town. It's in a Crip hood. So you gonna have Crips in that perimeter to be like, well, shit, nigga, this ours. You gonna have that. But the years I went, it was a gang. It was a lot of my homies up there. You know what I'm saying? So, we had the school for a while. Throughout the years, I've heard that my homies had the school for a while. But you had other schools, you had other Crip hoods to come near too, though. They presence was shown.
I thought the school was mostly in Southside hood.
Compton High School?
Yeah.
Compton High School?
Yeah. No, it's in Parc Village hood.
It's in a predominantly Crip area.
Yeah.
Like our hood is the back end of it where the canal is. Then you got the Palmers. Then you got Form Dog. Then you got Acacia Block. Then you got Spook Town. You got Nutty like literally up the street. Trag New across the street. Like it's surrounded by the Crips. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally in the Crip hood. Like in the perimeters of all Crip area territory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Southside is on the east side. They on the east side of Compton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after high school, you graduate.
Yeah, I graduated. Yep.
Then what does Yah-L decide to do with his life?
Man, I was in them streets, man. I was, working, trying to get some money. I tried to play ball. It was a lot. Just trying to find myself, growing up, just trying to find myself, man.
Transitioning into a man.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you had a job at El Pollo Loco. Was that the job you're talking about?
Yeah, I had a job working at El Pollo Loco. I had a job working at Superior. I had a job working with the homies, doing security, just trying to, make some money and make sure I'm, getting finances for myself, Hell, I even worked for my parent. My dad had a business, has a business, and sometimes when you work for the family, it don't really cut. So,
is it more strict when you're working for a family member because they know you differently?
Man, it's different. It's very different. So this is the way I have to go. I had to go to the work world. Which it could have been better, but
Now, when did you start getting into music?
I want to say like in my early 20s. I want to say like around 22, 23. I started picking up a knack wanting to hear myself rap lyrics and harmonize, So I experimented with it, rapping, singing. To myself, I don't think I was good. I was just because I was trying to find my niche in it. So I would listen to certain artists and I would get motivated from listening to them, like E40, the East Siders, R&B. Like I would hear certain things in the music and I'm like, man, this is dope. Crazy. My sisters put me up on E40. Like my sisters listen, I have a few sisters that listen to rap. And that's who put me up on E40 growing up. And then I would listen to other artists as I got older, like the East Siders, Snoop, Corrupt, that, West Coast stuff, Ice Cube, and including R&B. I listen to R&B also. And it made me feel like, damn, man, I want to try this. I want to see how I sound doing it,
Now, when I first heard E40, I didn't like his style. It took me a while. It took me a while to appreciate the true talent that E40 is. But when I first heard him, I was like, "This sounds weird." What was your first impression when you first started listening to E40? I thought it was some weird. It was a weird style of rapping.
Oh man, it was very unique. to me, man, it was very unique, man. It was very different. It was just different, and I felt like the stuff he was saying, he was articulating it in a way to where it was like, damn, how he said like that? Like, it wasn't. It was what he said, and it was how he said it. And I was just like, nah, bro, he cold. Like, it be just the way he say stuff, and I'll be like, man, that dude cold, man. He cold with the delivery. He cold with how he infused that like those metaphorically punchline-y type things he be saying. And then like I think now he's changed up a little, not too much, but he's just regurgitating the things in life of the community and his elevation, and it's more, I think he made it more simplified a little bit, just a little bit, but to me he still sounds like E40, and that's like one of my favorite artists that had me introduced me into wanting to become an artist, you know?
Yeah, I would definitely say that he is, I didn't appreciate it when I first heard it, but now listening to him years later, I said, man, his style was cold. It was just, I just wasn't, I wasn't used to it.
Yo, that's funny.
You know, because I grew up listening to East Coast rap.
Right, I mess with East Coast rap.
So I'm talking about Rakim, Yah-L, all them dudes. So to hear E40 was completely different style, I was like, who is this dude? Who does he think he is? But then, you know, I appreciate the brother now. Definitely. One of the probably top 10 of all West Coast rappers.
Oh, most definitely.
You might put him in the top 5 of West Coast.
He's most definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
For sure. He's in my top 5. And then like me, I listen to the East Coast. Like, I didn't listen to the East Coast until I get into like my mid-20s though. Like then I heard a Big L.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, Big L. Jadakiss. I heard a little bit of the Diplomats, of course. You had Joel Santana, and I was liking a lot of the underground stuff. So it was a cat by the name of J.R. Ryder. He was like a freestyle dude. Then you had, I know Cassidy's not from New York, but he's an East Coast dude. So I heard him, and I was just like, these dudes got bars. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, shit. This is what's gravitating me to, now I want to get lyrical and creative with my character when it comes to delivering my lyrics. So that I was trying to infuse both of the two,
And when I was listening to E40, I used to think he was rapping off beat. But he really wasn't off beat.
It was like you'll hear the beat the beat would be like boom, boom, and then you hear him be like, cause you'd be like, damn. You'd be like, it's just like it was very unorthodox. You'd be like, how is he staying on beat, delivering his cadence and his melody like that? And I'm just trying to break down the science of his delivery. It was very unorthodox, but I understood it. Like every time where it seemed like he rapping too fast, and it'd be like, nah, some people might just be listening to him wrong. You gotta really listen to bro. He be dropping some shit.
He do. He on another level, man. He's on a whole nother level. So when did you decide, you know what, I want to record something? I want to jump in the studio and get on a microphone.
Man, Alex, it had to been it was like 2000 and let's see, it had to been like 2005, 6. 2005, 6. I was with my homeboys and they wanted to start a group. So we ended up starting a group. I was considered the singer rapper, even though I didn't even know nothing about singing, bro. I just knew how to keep a note. I was just like able to hold a note. So I'm thinking in my head like, I'm a singer rapper, okay. My cousin, he was the rapper, beat maker. And then it was another guy, he's a cook. He was the beat maker. And then the dude who orchestrated the whole group, he was the face of creating the group, and he was a rapper also. And I recorded my first song, I want to say in 2005, 6. Yeah, 2005, 2006.
Now, were you rapping with any other guys that were from different hoods?
Yes, I did. It was a few cats. It was 2 cats from Nutty. One of the dudes, he went by K something. I forgot what his rap name was. But I ended up running into his brother recently at Starbucks. I just seen his brother, and I rapped with him and his brother, and they were pretty lyrical.
Did you ever cross paths with Geechee Gotti, Bayloke from Nutty, the battle rapper now?
Yeah, I do.
Because he started rapping, I don't know if he rapped under Geechee Gotti back then, but he's Bayloke from Nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who he is. Yeah.
He kind of took off with the battle rapping thing.
Yeah, he did good for himself, man. You know, salute, man. Salute to that dude, man. And his boy Limp. They call him L.I. the Mayor. He's attached to him. They work together, and that dude is pretty. He's dope too. He's very lyrical also. Okay. Yeah. And they had a dude. I did grow up. I did listen to a little as I got older. His name was Darwin. They was in a group called the Young Hogs. I can't forget about that tape right there. I remember my homeboy used to play it, and he in the feds right now. But I remember him playing the record. It was called the Young Hogs, and I was like, man, these dudes, they something else. And they was from different. They was from different Compton Crips hoods. And it was like the West Side anthem and East Side nigga shit. Niggas listen to it on the East Side too, but like we really fuck with that. You know, that was like our of Compton, like our little NWA of Compton. You know what I'm saying?
So did they ever post their music online, shoot videos, things like that?
Sad with that, man. You know, one of the rappers ended up getting killed. And after that, you know, the group just kind of took a turn and they're no longer together. I don't know what they're doing, but I just remember that one tape that they had. And it was dope. Like with me, good music will always forever last with me, especially when it was dope, you know?
So when you first started recording, Kendrick wasn't out yet.
No, I hadn't heard of Kendrick.
Yeah, because he became probably the biggest artist in Compton during the 2000s.
Yeah.
Which names were buzzing Compton artists when you was coming up in the 05s, 06, 07s?
You started hearing spurts of like The Game. Another cat, he's resting in peace. His name was, I believe, Mossberg.
Oh, Mossberg from Campanella?
Yeah.
Well, The Game, his album came out in the 04, the blockumentary.
Yeah.
So that
he was on the right. Like, you know, he was.
Yeah, I think that was 04.
Yeah, you had him.
What do you think about Mossberg? He ended up, he's resting in peace, but he was buzzing?
Yeah, he was. You had Crips listening to him. I'm one of them dudes. I'm non-biased when it comes to when you a real nigga and you who you are. I gravitate to that, you know. And it's crazy. Like when you don't know somebody, you can listen to their music and be like, okay, let me check them out. Let me. And I didn't listen to them until I got a little older. Like I said, I'm in my 20s. I'm listening to different all kinds of artists now. So I'm listening to them and I'm like, okay, bro, hard. You feel me? He's hard.
Around this time, I think 06, 07, I think Nip put out his first mixtape.
Yeah, I was on that too. You know what's crazy? Like I listened to Nip, but I didn't really listen to Nip until like 2000 and I want to say like 2015, 16. And I really started listening to him. I was trying to get some money, so I'm out there moving around. My boy get one of his tapes. I tell him, give me one. He give me a tape. I pop it in my CD player. I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what it is right here. You feel me? He was speaking that shit we relate to. The way he was articulating again, it was very familiar. You know, shit, niggas live that. Niggas who really live that life and been through the struggle, been through the pain and all that. You know, we received it, and his music spoke those values to us. You know. So yeah, I listened to Nip